What up, Dokkanners? We wrap part 1 of the Dokkan Festival Super 17 celebration with an MVP 17 EZA. And yeah, I'm not joking. This is pretty much the last piece of content on this part 1. So until we get to part 2, it's going to be a bit of a snooze fest. But hopefully you guys do have this character, because if you do, this unit's EZA is very good. It will help a lot of the different teams that you guys might be trying to run. So in this video, we're going to be previewing this unit's EZA build, hidden potential recommendations, sample teams, to get you ready for the upcoming EZA, the 30-stage EZA. That being said, let's jump in. Also, I do want to say a little bit of housekeeping. Moving forward, since we're pretty much done with part 1 and we're just waiting for part 2, part 2 is only going to provide marginal content like Chain Battle, maybe Peton, or something like 1 or 2 other things, and then Super Boo, which most of you are not going to be summoning for. It is now going to be the road to the 8-year anniversary in terms of content. We're going to be shifting focus primarily on looking ahead and preparing for all different facets, I should say, of the upcoming celebration, farming up medals, where to do that, which EZAs are more important than others, and whatnot. So look forward to more of a preparation style focus moving forward to the 8-year anniversary. And then, of course, you know, we'll be doing occasional gameplay videos, and then obviously my usual live streams and stuff like that. So yeah, get ready, folks. 8-year prep is coming up. But now let's jump in and take a look at this EZA overall. Taking a look at the pre and post EZA, it is absolutely a fantastic one in terms of what they upgraded. They upgraded all the right things. The main issue with this unit, in my personal opinion, was defense, right? You have team defense, key +3, defense +60, and you have the damage reduction, but it's stipulated by a health restriction, and that's the issue. Because if you're not below 77%, which you aren't on turn 1 of any event, well, then your problem is you don't really have a way to protect yourself from an incoming attack on something like Red Zone, Cell Max, and whatnot. You have to have a little bit of wear and tear on you, which is why a turn 1 setup is never really good for this MVP 17. This unit needs defense, and this unit needs more consistent damage reduction, because you don't want to be below 77% health, right? Typically, you want to have as much health as possible. So that is why this unit needs the defense. Did he get it? Yes, he did, and I will show you how. Android's 170% lead. Android's category continues to get all the best units in terms of leads and supports. It is insane how much this category has when compared to my favorite category, Universe Survival Saga. But now the super attack raises defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage, and greatly lowers attack and defense. This is fantastic because not only do you raise defense on the super, but you can greatly lower enemies' attack and defense on things like Ultimate Clash against Broly. This is fantastic. Super Battle Road, preliminary stages of Red Zone. Also, you have a sort of a makeshift damage reduction mechanic just right here. When you raise your defense and you reduce the enemy's attack, you are effectively sort of accomplishing a similar sort of an effect. So this is a nice combination to have for a support unit. Speaking of support, let's see what they do in terms of the support. So attack +120 was the original when performing a super attack. So not even when you just have like a base passive. Now he has a full-on base passive. Attack and defense +120. Nice. He's got some backbone on his passive now. Plus an additional attack +120% when performing a super attack. Plus an additional defense +17 with each attack received, up to 170. So he is getting more and more defense. I love it. All allies key +3, defense +60%. Reduces damage received by 17%. So now he's got a built-in default damage reduction of 17%. And I do want to say that I already like this. This is already a humongous improvement, because the thing about damage reduction, while you may have some of it, it just really doesn't comfort you the way that you might think. For example, if you've got a crazy damage reduction passive with no backbone, right? Like no defense passive that's just built in, it doesn't necessarily protect you as well as you might think. There are exceptions, extreme exceptions, like if you're at something as high as like 80 or 90% damage reduction, like a Golden Frieza, right? Golden Frieza has no defensive backbone whatsoever, but his damage reduction is so insanely high that this virtually negates the lack of a backbone, right? That's why this unit is so good, but only above 50%. Take a look at the tech Android, or the tech Golden Frieza, 80% damage reduction, also very good. No backbone in terms of a passive, right? No defense. But when your health falls below 50, your damage reduction drops to 50%, and it is like night and day how different that is. And I know some of y'all have experienced this, where you think the unit is covered even though you're below 50%. It's really not. It is not the same at 50% as it would be at 8% with no backbone. That is why this 17 getting some backbone on his defense is very, very good. So with a 17% damage reduction and raising a defense on your super attack once, maybe twice, depending on your hidden potential, that already is good. And then on top of that, you still have your damage reduction of 40% and all allies defense team 17% when below 77% health. So this is just even better. This is the icing on the cake. If you fall below that, you get some wear and tear on you, you get the extra defense from this damage reduction, and you provide team defense support even more. So this is a fantastic support unit. Support units traditionally would exist in the slot 3. You wouldn't be running these guys in slot 1, especially since this unit needs to raise that defense a couple of times before getting hit. Slot 3 is the optimal spot to put this unit. But in terms of damage, that remains to be seen. We will find out once I run this unit on the EZA post the EZA runs. So let's talk about hit potential builds. How would you build this character? My recommendation, max additional, balance dodge, or max dodge, balance additional. It all depends on how your playstyle is. I don't personally think that critical is as important. JP players, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below since you guys already have this EZA. How hard does the unit hit? Is it worth putting a little bit of hit potential into critical? I just have the 6 already there because of how I built him beforehand. I didn't really use this character a whole lot. I only added these skill orbs to make him more effective in terms of a dodge. Dodge is your first line of defense. If that doesn't work, you're going to have multiple defense boosts, damage reduction, whatnot. So I think this is the best setup for the character. You could also go more of a focus on the dodge and then put the balance into additional. You have a default 5 additional at 55%. So you don't have to put anything into critical if you really don't want to. Because I just think if you raise defense and you nerf and you support, you're already doing so much. You don't have to do damage as well. Not every character has to do every single little thing. And plus, since nowadays, most people measure a unit's success level based on how well they can tank in red zone, best thing you can do is to bolster up your unit to do just that. So my recommendation is max additional, balance dodge, or vice versa. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel, if you agree or disagree, or if you have your own unique build that you would like to share with the class. Now that being said, let's take a look at the event itself. Pretty simple. Standard event progression, right? 30 stage event, 1 stone per stage. So 30 stones are going to be headed your way, plus the extra 4 for the missions, time attack missions, and the category mission. So 4 stones here, 34 stones. As you might have seen, the category of weakness is Universe Survival Saga. And in terms of team preparation, pretty straightforward, honestly. There are so many units in this category that you are not going to not find enough characters. In terms of leads, there are tons of different units, tons of different options, both new, actually, they're all old. The newest unit here that we have in terms of leader skill would be, I think this, right? The 6-year anniversary lead, MVP 17 and Golden Frieza. So all these different units lead Universe Survival Saga. The best leader among the bunch is Tech Hito, believe it or not. You have a full 160% leader skill with this unit as the sub lead. So if you have hit, great unit to run in terms of leader skill. In terms of overall efficiency, without a full Universe 6 squad, this unit is less effective. But on an EZA anyway, it wouldn't be that effective. This is not a slot 1 character. So it really doesn't matter who you bring. I think if anything, type advantage would be more important. By the way, speaking of, this unit does gain a bit of damage reduction against AGL or Int. That just means you won't do as much damage. You can bring them, you just won't do as much damage with those 2 types. So don't be afraid to bring them if you have no other options. In terms of leader skills, you've got all of these different ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've got a 7th one right here in the form of the free-to-play 77% lead Ultra Instinct Goku. This unit can be easily obtained from the content that is currently out right now. We've got the Extreme Z area available. You've also got one of the best free-to-play LRs in the game with the Roshi here. So you've got a ton of options. If you run at a 77% level, you're not going to be in a whole lot of trouble because there's so many other units that you can have. And in terms of your friend unit, it will balance out. It might be a little bit slower of a run, but it will balance out. So I don't really need to spend a whole lot of time showing you guys, but I will put together a couple of teams right now for you. Let me just move this over to the side. And basically, we're in the Broly EZA preview. So all we got to do is just pick and choose what we want. And the same name update doesn't apply. I do want to point out, though, these are some of the X factors. Take a look at these characters. MVP 17, obviously, he's an X factor. He's a support. But STR Topo, type advantage, all type support. Universe Survival Saga support, I think there are only 3 in the category. Kaba, who's Int. Kale, who's Int. Not necessarily a good thing. You've got Ultra Instinct Goku with 50% chance to dodge and also Universe Survival Saga support, so that will be great. And this Caulifla is now back. Fantastic option in terms of stalling. Why? You are facing a Universe Survival Saga category enemy, which means you have a guaranteed dodge. You cannot bring both versions of Caulifla as the same name update does not apply. You can only bring one, but if you are missing out on a lot of horsepower in terms of offense, this is a great defensive option, and you can slowly but surely raise attack and defense enough to the point where you can do some nice damage on this opponent. So those are some X factors to take note of. Well, let's just go through some. Universe Survival Saga, let's run STR Jiren. You could run Universe Survival Saga with everyone, or you could do Universe 11, but let's just run him as the lead. We'll bring Topo as a nice link buddy. And then we'll just bring, I don't know, one of each. AGL doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but we'll just throw him on there. LR Goku Frieza, sure, if you have that character. If you don't, I don't know, bring what's the unit that everybody might have? Bring this guy. If you don't have him, bring 17 or 18. Sure. Let's go to the STR side. A lot of nice, some very nice free-to-play STR units. If you bring Super Rib Rian and Kakunsa, actually, let's take out this unit. Let's bring in Kakunsa. Kakunsa won't do a whole lot of damage. Wait, is that her name or is it Rosie? Oh, it is Kakunsa. If these two are together, this unit gets a little bit stronger. Attack plus 22%, so that will help. Wait, is it attack plus 22 or critical? Chance? Oh, it's critical plus 22%. Yeah, so you can actually do some nice damage. If you actually bring a full Peppy Gal's Universe Rival Saga team, this unit will thrive. Then let's go down here to physical. We'll bring Ultra Instinct Goku. So there you go. There's a squad you could run. Jiren and Popo would do most of the work. You could go full Universe Rival Saga and Universe 6. You could go Universe 11, Universe 7. You have all these different subcategories that you can run. Let's do a Universe 11 one. If you want to do Universe 11, you got to have everybody, right? And I'm only doing this to show off the new casserole, who will now be very, very good. So we'll bring the LR full power Jiren. We'll bring the STR one. We'll bring the Topo EZA. We'll bring the other support. This is a fantastic support unit. We'll bring Dispo. And then we'll bring Casserole. Or if we don't want to bring Dispo, we'll bring Margarita, who also supports Universe 11, which in turn supports Universe Rival Saga. So this is the team. Nice synergy, nice links. There's a good combo right there. This is where I wish we had more universes. Universe 9 would have been cool, but anyway. Universe 6, what do we got? All right, so basically everybody. So we'll bring Tech Hit as our lead. We'll bring LR KFC. We'll be launching a bunch of attacks, so that's going to be good. We'll bring Tech KFC. We'll bring STR Khalifa. We'll bring the Kale or the Kefla. We don't want to do that. We want to bring some support. We could bring Kaba support. We could bring Int. I keep forgetting their stupid names. Int Kale as support. Or we could bring the stall tactic right here. Khalifa. So there's an option. Then if we go to Universe 7, we have the strongest leader skill option right here. Universe 7, we have the 177% lead from LR Goku Frieza. So let's just say, for example, you are missing a lot of these units, but you do have the free-to-play Ultra Instinct Goku. This unit can run as the Universe Rival Saga lead, and then your friend unit can be the LR Goku Frieza to really balance out the discrepancy. Not a whole lot more, but still, it's very substantial. So we'll have this as our lead. We'll bring some STR units. In terms of STR Universe Rival Saga categories, there aren't too many, but since this is my favorite category, I farmed out basically everything. So there's my team right there. I mean, that works for me. If we just look at Universe Rival Saga alone and STR, what do we get? This is what we've got. So, okay, let's do Godku and Hit as our lead. Ultra Instinct Goku, Blue Kaioken, Popo, Jiren, Khalifa, boom. Or you could bring in the 50% supports. If you guys are veteran Dokkanners and you have 50% supports, bring one of these units. This is finally your opportunity to run them for the first time, maybe ever. So there you go. It's very easy to run these different teams. I don't really need to do a whole lot in terms of strategizing. Just throw whatever you can, see what sticks, and then run through the event. And use an Extreme Z battle preview screen to simulate this, because otherwise you might forget that you can't run multiple units of the same name. This is going to be dropping on the 5th of June at 11:30. Hopefully you guys are able to get the job done. Even if you don't have the character, you are still getting 34 Dragon Stones. That is still more important than anything else. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments what team you're going to be running to take on this event. What do you think about the Hidden Potential build? What do you recommend personally? And what do you think this unit is overall in terms of a hype Dokkan Festival EZA? Do you rate this on a scale of 1 to 10 higher than 7 or 8? Or would you say that this is just kind of middle of the pack? Nothing too special. Let me know your honest opinions about all of this in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know when to see more of my stuff. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.